You think you're ready. You carry your gear every day. Your knife is sharp, your flashlight works, your multi-tool folds like a charm. You walk out the door believing you're prepared for anything. But what if I told you you're doing it all wrong? What if I told you that when it actually matters, when things go south, when your heart's pounding and your hands are shaking, your so-called EDC might fail you completely? This isn't just about what gear you carry. It's about how, where, and why you carry it. Because in a real emergency, the difference between surviving and becoming another story on the news could be just 2 seconds or 2 inches. And if your knife is buried under junk or your flashlight's dead weight in the wrong pocket, you're done. We're going to break down the invisible flaws in your everyday carry. Not just the obvious stuff like cheap gear or overpacking, but the hidden design flaws, the human errors, and the psychological traps that most people never think about. You might feel confident today, but by the end of this video, you'll never look at your gear the same way again. Because real preparedness isn't about what you carry, it's about what you can reach when the world is burning. Let's start with the first mistake almost everyone makes: confusing gear with readiness. Just because you have a tool doesn't mean you know how to use it under pressure. Let me paint a picture. It's 2 a.m. You hear glass breaking downstairs. You grab your flashlight, but it's tucked deep in your bag, under your power bank, your gloves, and your notebook. In a real crisis, those extra 3 seconds? That's the time it takes for someone to cross a room. That's the time between awareness and impact. And yet people load up their bags like they're packing for a weekend hike. That's mistake number 1. Carrying like it's convenient, instead of like your life depends on it. Now let's talk placement. You carry a knife in your right pocket. Great. But have you ever tried drawing it while seated in a car? While wearing a seatbelt? Most people never test their gear under stress. They carry it the same way every day, in the same boring routine, never questioning if that routine could kill them. Mistake number 2. Thinking comfort equals access. Newsflash, it doesn't. If your gear isn't accessible in your worst-case scenario, it might as well not exist. And if you're still watching, that probably means deep down, you already suspect something's off. And that brings us to mindset. Too many people carry gear like it's a checklist. Knife? Check. Multi-tool? Check. Flashlight? Check. But they forget the most critical component: intentionality. Every item in your EDC should have a defined role, a reason for being there. If you're just copying a loadout from a YouTuber or stuffing your pockets with Amazon deals, you're not prepared. You're just cosplaying preparedness. And when the test comes, you won't pass. Mistake number 3. Carrying someone else's logic instead of building your own system. Now hold up. If you've made it this far, I'm guessing you're serious about getting it right. So here's your moment. I've dropped a link down in the comments that breaks down how to actually build an EDC loadout that works under pressure. Gear selection, placement strategy, real-life stress tests, all of it. Don't skip this, because your life could depend on what you do before the emergency happens. Check that link in the comments and make sure you're building something that will actually save you, not just weigh you down. Let's get back to it. Mistake number 4 is what I call the deadweight syndrome. That's when you're carrying gear just because you've always carried it, or worse, because it looks cool. If you haven't used an item in 6 months and can't articulate exactly when you would, why are you still carrying it? Every ounce matters. Dead weight slows your draw, clutters your thinking, and messes with your muscle memory. In an emergency, you want to be on autopilot. That means your gear must be lean, tested, and brutally efficient, not a museum in your pockets. And mistake number 5 might be the most dangerous, depending on gear to replace awareness. No knife, no flashlight, no tool will save you if you're not paying attention. The guy who walks into a dark alley with a $200 tactical light, but no sense of danger, he's already lost. Your gear should support your awareness, not substitute for it. Gear is not a shield. It's an amplifier for the mindset you already have. If you're careless, your EDC won't make you careful. If you're untrained, your gear won't make you skilled. Never forget that. Let's take a second to reflect on what we've covered. You're not just watching a list of tips. This is a wake-up call. Maybe you've made these mistakes. Maybe you're making them right now. That's okay. What matters is that you fix them before life throws the test your way. Because when it does, there are no do-overs. You either react fast enough or you don't. Your EDC isn't just about gear. It's about readiness, responsibility, and being the kind of person who refuses to be caught off guard. That's what separates survivors from victims. So before we wrap up, Here's what I want you to do. Dump your pockets. Lay everything out. Ask yourself, what's here that I don't use? What's missing that I really need? What takes too long to access? What can I actually draw under pressure? And then test it. In the car, in the dark, with gloves on, under stress. Because that's the real world. That's where it counts. And if you can't access it fast, if it doesn't function when your hands are shaking, then it doesn't belong in your system. You're carrying EDC gear wrong. That's the truth. But the good news? Now you know. And you can fix it. Strip it down. Rebuild it. Make it lean. Make it yours. Because the guy who's truly ready isn't the one with the most gear. He's the one with the right gear, in the right place, for the right reason. That's what matters. And when the world throws you that one moment, where you either act or you lose everything, you'll be ready. You just have to start now.